him, he's now blocked her, which tells us he's just a little weasel of a man. Do you know why he blocked her? Would you all like to know why he blocks my Vimto Bubbles? Well, my Vimto Bubbles doesn't have a picture of herself. And as you can see, that picture there, that cute little picture, well, that's not my Vimto. That's her dog. So because Shazad couldn't pick out a picture, which she'd actually asked Vimto in a message, well, you won't mind me doing a deep dive on you then, will you? She said, no, crack on. Well, he didn't have nothing to bring back. So what he did not yesterday, day before, out of the blue, he blocked her.
He asked me first, he said, can I do a deep dive on you? I said, yeah, carry on. And then he said, I've got information on you. I said, I doubt that. He said, can I put it online? I said, well, make sure it's me first, with me. I said, and then if it is, I'll tell you the truth, and you can pass whatever you want. And because he hadn't got anything at all, he blocked me.
I would also like to give a big up to my sister, Shelley. What a courageous woman. I mean, even herself was attacked, and even her friend, her good friend, a lovely, lovely woman. They've brought in women to attack and slander. Really, really good women. Yeah.
Tell me.
And the only thing they had on me was, in the past, I was of non-religious, yeah. So I was like what you would call a pagan, yeah. What individuals would call maybe a pagan. So the only thing they had on me was calling me out of, she's a magician, she's demon, she's Satan, yeah, she's evil. Like, you know what I mean? You're a non-Muslim, we're going to do takfir on you. You know what I mean? It's like, big up to Shelley. Beautiful, beautiful sister. Beautiful, courageous. And she stood her ground. Yeah. They don't like powerful, strong, intelligent women.
Yeah, hold on a sec. Sally, if it's Shazad who's messaging you and requesting you, can you just message him for me and say, if you unblock Vimto because she loves you and she's missing you, I may accept your request. Just put a good word in for me if you can, if you don't mind. That's it.
Sally, if you want to come in, you can do. So yeah, guys, Sally, she's another one who's called Rangi out, and Rangi got a little bit like, oh no, didn't say that, don't say that, can you tell her, everyone? All he ever does is get people, to like defend him. This is a man who's supposed to be a protester, and he's in power and he's the leader of things. Like, he can't even come now into this live and clear his name if he tried. And this is what I find so funny. And Shazad, well, I had a little chat with Shazad again last night, because one thing I will tell you is I'm not scared of Shazad Hussein, TB, Brother Talib, right? And I'll tell you I'm not that scared, because I actually phoned him directly. And you should have heard him. Every time I rang him, I go, I've got some new information about you. And then do you know what he'd say? Oh, Dave, you deserve a medal being with her. And I'd be like, no, answer my question. Stop trying to speak to Dave now, Talib. Answer me. And he wouldn't. He was horrible. Like, literally, sorry, guys. Literally, he'd be like, yeah, well, I don't know where you're getting your information from. And I'd say to him, well, I'm being sent it right now. And he'd get triggered. I said to him, who's your other brothers? So you've got several siblings. One's passed on. The other one's in a care home. You've got two sisters. One don't like you in Oldham, which I have found out now. And the other one, well, I believe she's a psychopath. So that leaves you with a few brothers outstanding. Where are they and who are they? Yeah, right, Sally.
You've got to do a little digging, Shell, to find his brothers.
I've got a message. I've got a message for Mr. TB. He keeps adding me. I keep declining, and he keeps adding me every single day. I don't know what the obsession is, but can you just stop, please? Because it's getting a bit psychotic.
Yeah, leave
So
Sally
if you
alone.
answered, can you not add me? Because I'm not interested in
Leave Sally
fraudsters.
alone. Leave Islam alone. Leave Queen alone.
I mean,
Talk to
right,
me
how
now.
can you say, right? How can you say you are innocent when you took 480,000? It doesn't make sense at all.
He ain't spent none of that money on me. He's tight getter, ain't he? I think that's very nice. He ain't even sent me a gift or anything. I mean, you'd think
I
after
don't
all
know
the
why
time.
he keeps adding me. It's just weird.
Well, Sally, what's
Weird.
your opinion on the behaviour that is put out with me at the moment? Are you liking my baby with Rangi and stuff that he's made? Jesus
I've not seen the
Christ.
baby. I've only
Oh.
seen them.
He said, I've got a baby
Oh,
with
hang on a
Rangi.
minute. Yeah, go on.
He's made us have a baby. He's made me kiss Rangi. He's made me have a baby with him. And apparently we're having a gender reveal. I said, how do we have a gender reveal when the baby's already here?
Oh, God.
He sits there laughing on the phone. And I said to him, what do you want with me? If I was in front of you now, what would you want to do to me? Because why is it after 14 months now, yeah, we've got superhero little Talib wanting to come and protect Rangi, the man who speaks every week about how much he's going to rip new people's a-holes. So, why is it you've been brought in? He went, oh, I just find you intriguing. I went, all right, okay, so what is it you want with me? He went, well, if I was in front of you, I'd take your mobile phone and I'd unblock myself on your TikTok. All right, so you don't want to... I said to him, don't you want to hurt me or kidnap me? He went, no, I'm not violent. He's not violent, but he likes to stalk and harass.
Yeah, he's a stalker.
You do me a
He's a
favour.
stalker. How come, how come they're not living together anymore? What happened there? Did they have a lover's tiff?
Hey, they could have done, but I do know Unknown Bez blocked TB, and now they're both on each other's little following list.
Well, how come I put a post up yesterday and Unknown Bears has come under your, that account he made for your mum?
Yeah.
And now he's changed the picture, changed the name to Michelle and liking my post. What's going on there?
Probably because he knew I've reported it to the police and it's gone in as a crime for malicious and communications.
Ah, so he's changed the name.
But that don't mean nothing because the police have already seen it.
Oh dear.
Michelle, do you know what I think you
Actually,
should do?
the
Yeah,
individual
so?
that was meant to be helping Ranji with his disclosure.
I told him to get rid of that account.
No,
Unblock.
Vader.
Unblock
Oh,
Talib.
Vader. Don't get me started on him. He's probably part of the tribe and all. He's another predator.
Yes,
online.
tell me what happened with Vader.
So
Oh,
Vader
so,
is the
okay.
one who apparently paid for the what's it called, DBS. But then according to Bez, Rangi paid for the DBS. So I've got two mixed messages there.
And
Oh,
also, Vader was going to help
I was there.
Ranji carry out the DBS as well.
what happened with that was
but
One Love asked him.
how can he carry out the DBS with him when he's a predator himself?
Exactly.
I know.
He tried it on with me, and I went out
me.
there and blurted it all out. So he's left TikTok, and not only that, he's been doing it to about 10 other women who just didn't
Wow.
speak up.
Go on, Vinto. What was you going to say, babe?
I was going to say, if you unblock Talib and just invite him to the live and let me talk to him, see if I can win him round. Other than that,
Do you
I
really
was
want to
there.
talk to him?
Oh God, yeah, I really, really want to talk to him. I miss him. I know. I mean, it's been a day. I'll be boring.
Talib's brother, come on in from your
Come on,
fake
babe.
account.
Come on, baby.
Vimto wants a piece of
Plus, you know what, Telly? I asked him why he left his brother in P and S for 48 hours. Why he hadn't gone in and cleaned the room and left it stinking like a cat litter box. But he don't want to answer me, so I think we're going to get back to being in love again.
Let me see if I can find him. 1 second.
Invite him, tell him I love him. Tell him of me. I'll tell him.
Oh, he'll be loving this. He's got Sally, he's got Fiona, he's got Victor, he's got Michelle. He's gonna love
I'll
life.
tell you what, he will be in his element with Pure Islam here.
You know.
I'm just trying to find him on my block list. Can't find him.
Maybe he's not
Don't you
blocked.
find it very surprising that Ranji doesn't want me up on the panel to question him?
He doesn't want me on the panel either.
Oh, I definitely don't want Sally on the panel.
And greeting, going, no, I don't want her up. I want her
I
up
just
if
asked
she's
him a
on.
few questions. I just genuinely, when I first met him, asked him a few questions and he's just kicked off. It's like, hang on a minute, what's your issue? I'm only asking you what you do.
He blocked me as well. I mean, it's becoming. I'm feeling a little
Well,
like.
he tried to defame my character, so I gave it to him. I mean, you're the person who goes around doing whatever you do to women. Don't speak to strong women.
Well, yeah, guys. Speak to Joe. Hiya, Joe.
Hey,
Are you
Joe.
right?
Hey,
Hello.
darling. I
Hi.
was just wondering, Joe, would you be able to tell everyone how you come across Rangi and the uneasy feeling you got from him 14 months ago?
Yeah,
You was on this journey with me, weren't you, 14
Yeah.
months ago?
I've been on it. I've been on it for a long time. Yeah, with you.
Yeah.
I went onto his live because I seen what he was doing with social services and everything, and I got took in by him. He basically offered to take me back to my hometown, but he wanted to come and stay at my house, sleep here. That's what he said. I want to come and stay at your house, stay there, as long as you make me something to eat, and he will pay for my house for the next year, which would have meant he would have known where my previous house is, known where my future house is, and take me and my kids there. And it just made me feel really creeped out. Like, that's not normal. You don't offer to go and stay at somebody's house and pay for the house for the whole year. You've never met me. I don't know nothing about you. And then thankfully, I came across Shao. Thankfully, I came across her and I realised how bad this man actually is.
She did, guys. Like, literally, she comes to me and she didn't have a clue, like, literally what to do or anything. She found out what I was coming out with. This was 14 months ago. And don't worry, Sally, I'm going to try it in a minute. So Joe comes to me and she told me that Rangi wanted to stay at a house, and my concerns when I first come on here and told you not to trust him was because he was actually asking women online, which Joe can vouch for. He wanted your documents.
Yeah.
And he wanted to come and stay at a woman's house. So he was staying at all these women's houses, and one of those women, which Joe can vouch for, did come forward after she told us that he, trigger warning guys, put his turkey twizzler in this lady's mouth and literally, look, please read the comments, CH, please listen to that person, right? That person can confirm what I'm saying now to you lot is 100% truth. I know we might, just please take that in. Please take that comment in. I know that person, but I'm not going to tell you who that person is, but just take that in. That's reassurance, right? So going back to Joe, she reached out to Rangi and he wanted to stay at a house. Now, Joe, I've watched your confidence grow, lady, over the last 14 months, and I just want to say I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Honestly, I am. When you first come on here, you was lost.
Yeah.
You was down, you was drained, you was scared, you didn't know what to do. Look at you now.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? You're like, I see you speaking to other women and you've got friends, and it's nice to see you be you, and I'm so proud of you because it looks like you've been on a little healing journey yourself, if I'm honest.
Definitely have.
Well done. And this is why we don't want guys like Rangi coming into women's lives and destroying them.
No.
Especially when, look at you now, Joe. Do you know what I mean? You're thriving, but some of them women that have latched on from 14 months ago haven't been so lucky.
Yeah.
And that's why now I'm still doing this fight. Please listen to them comments there. Not a nice person. Please, I'm going to reassure you now, that person in the comments, please just trust them and listen to what they're saying, right? Have a little bit of faith now. I can confirm that everything I've ever told you is the 100% truth. I have got genuine people that have been on this cause from 14 months ago, and Joe was one of the first women to come to me and say he wants to stay at my house. And when she come on, I was like, oh my God, I had Joe, Open Heart, Andy Marie. I had all these women coming on, and there was one woman, which I'm not going to give out her identity. Absolutely, thanks to her, I was able to come on air and tell you a lot more and don't have him in your house. I reported him to the authorities. When I reported him, I told the authorities, this man does not have an enhanced DBS. No one's doing Claire's law or Sarah's law. She is really right. Please listen to that, guys. You know, he had no enhanced DBS or anything, but he wants to stay in a woman's house. He's been done for the real disgusting things and violence. Like now, he tells you all that his ex-wife beat him up for 17 years, right? I'm reassuring you now, if she beat him up for 17 years, or she was found to be wrong, she wouldn't have got full custody of all her children, and I proved that to you on my backup account. I also proved to you she has been the victim in all of this, and what Mr. Latif is doing right now, this LCS News, he originally set it up to actually get to his ex-wife. When I first started investigating Mr. Latif, what I noticed on the podcast was, 1 minute he'd say his wife beat him up for 17 years. On another podcast, he'd say, oh no, 17 years of our marriage, there were never no DV. And I was just like, no, I know what he is. He's a narcissist. He's a sociopath. This guy is literally spinning tales, and he's inciting other men, strange men, to read out his ex-wife's documents, making her out to be the perpetrator, making her out that she cheated on him. He seems to be more fixated on his wife left him for somebody else rather than everything else. So I was like, I need to look more into this, and I did. And you know his poor ex-wife? She's in hiding still today. She don't want nothing to do with this creature. Obviously, she loves the children, and she is a really good mum to her kids. However, she don't want to know this man, but he's like a fly around poo. Read the comments there. He cheated on her. Yes, he did. And that I can confirm. Now, he went round. So he went round telling everyone the wife had cheated on him. The wife had dumped the kids and left him after 17 years. Now, what Muslim woman gets up one morning and just says, you know what, I don't want to be a wife no more. Never mind, you've been a mum for all these years now. You're just going to dump your kids, leave them with your husband and get off and cheat. I know that does not happen. So I started then questioning Mr. Latif, a bit like Sally did. I'd be like, well, where's your ex-wife then? Why are we not listening to her? Do you know what I mean? Why are you on here telling your side, but she's not? So you could be lying for all we know, Rangi. Well, he didn't like it. So when I went away and started telling everyone on TikTok, look, watch these videos. 1 minute the wife beat him up, then she didn't. Then he's telling everyone that he's being attacked from the Asian community. Like, even my friend Faisal said, you don't just get attacked in the Asian community for nothing. And where Rangi's actually supposed to be from, well, it's a lovely area and community. They wouldn't do that. So I'm thinking, well, hang on, what's going on here? So I'm looking more into it, and then I come across documents. Then they had a whistleblower, a really good, strong whistleblower. And this whistleblower come forward and says, look, please go away and safeguard yourself because this man's dangerous. Would you all like to know why social services got involved in Rangi's case in 2014, not 15? They got involved because his family was involved in trafficking Romanian girls. So I don't know if y'all remember the headlines. Teesside car washes, takeaways, all busted. Well, his family members run some of them and was part of them. And he was all found to be trafficking Romanian girls, using and abusing them. He twisted stories. Yes, we already know that. Don't worry, lovely. So he does twist a lot of stories. We know that one. So his family was found to be involved in basically trafficking of Romanian girls, sending them out there, being their PIMPs, shall we say. And when I found this out, I was blown away. I was like, oh my God, Romanian girls. Now, during the Leeds riots, I don't know if you all seen, but I've got footages of Rangi at the Leeds riots. And he was parked up near that Romanian family's house. And guess what's right at his van? 6 Romanian teenage girls all lined up, all buzzing off the stickers. They're all excited because they stood at this van taking selfies with it. Well, I was blown away. I think you can all imagine, yeah, like, Jesus Christ. Like, my head just nearly fell off completely. I did not know what to do with this information, what to think or anything. So I had to take a little break, got back to it. And when I got back to it, what I started doing was reaching out to family members. And luckily, I had one family member that got in touch with me to let me know about Omar and Kayam restaurant. So I was told to go away and connect the dots with these little bits of information that I was given. Number 1, Omar and Kayam restaurant. Well, I had to go away and ask him about that apparently, so I did. Well, he didn't want to tell me much. So when I typed it in on Google, you get the business, you get the picture of the business. I then went onto the newspapers, typed in Omar and Kayam restaurant, any incidents. Well, believe it or not, there was a violent offence there, which was, there was an attack done with, you know, a thing that you chop up your steak with, basically. And I'm thinking, well, hang on, what is this linked to? Then I was told Rangi was linked to an attack. So then you listen to one of the podcasts and Rangi will say, well, you know, the manufactured documents, they said that, for example, I was the victim of a stabbing, but then they made me out to be a perpetrator. Like, no, mate, hang on, you've just admitted, yeah, that this is you in this article, and what you've just done, you just painted me a bigger picture for me to go away and look at even more, and that's what I did. And then you find out Omar and Kayam restaurant was linked to Rangi's brother, and then Rangi got called out 2 weeks ago on someone else's profile on platform, and he was asked, well, what about Omar and Kayam? No, I don't know about anything about restaurants or takeaways, he says. And then, seeing as said, yeah, but what's this about Omar and Kayam, your brother? Right, well, what it is, my brother, he was part of this business. You know, basically, he was just a partner, but then he shut it down. So I'm thinking, well, hang on, if he's just a partner, you know, he's not got the authority to just shut this restaurant down, which is a load of crap. So then the person says to him, well, why did it get closed down? He went, well, my brother was getting attacked because he spoke up about family members graping us. Oh, it's just so head-wrecking because then I'm thinking, well, no, hang on. I know what's going on here. You lot have all been caught with your pants down and now you want to come on TikTok, make yourselves to look like you're the victims when really none of yous are. And that's exactly what's happened in this case. Now, where Rangi's messed up, this whistleblower handed me some personal information. Too good, really too good, too strong. So one night, Joe can vouch for this. I come on and I did a massive live.
Joe, Shell.
I've just seen him.
I've blocked him because he's gone. But I just thought I'd let you know.
Well, unless he wants to come in and tell us why he's done that to his children, then do you know what I mean? He better stay clear. So that's Greek Trick. That's the guy you admitted. Apparently, he's being investigated for abusing his children.
I went in his live last night to ask him a few questions about what he'd done to his children, and he blocked me straight away. So I'll return the favour today.
So Joe will tell you, one evening last year, I think it was probably going back to March, I did a live. And during that live, I was all done up. My hair were lovely. My face was done nice with makeup, everything. And I received a phone call halfway through that live, I had to go away, and I was gone for about an hour. And whilst I was gone for an hour, I come back and I was in tears. I was in tears. I looked like I'd been dragged through the bushes. And the reason why that was because I had to sit there and listen to a woman who told me she let this piece of shit here on the screen stay in her house. She fed him, give him everything that he needed, and yet he went and raped her. I was absolutely distraught, and I could not believe. I kept thinking in my head, why is this coming to me? Do you know what I mean? Why is this? Why have I had to spot this? But do you know now, looking back, I know what it is. It's all that training and all my skills that I've paid off from all that educating I've done over the years. And this is, do you know what, I'm proud of that, because I am able to tell you what a groomer or a fraudster actually looks like. And that's the best part about doing what I've done, because I've built these skills. I can now sit here and tell you what to look out for and how to prevent yourself from falling victim. But do you know what else I like? Getting under these men's skin. I love getting on the nerves, because all I've ever known is just sit down, keep my mouth shut, because a man has told me to do, right? But you know, today, I'm in control now. I'm sat here putting all these men, I'm putting their asses onto a plate going, look, this is you, this is what you're exposed for. And in return, all they've tried to do is make some AI videos, AI pictures, message my son, say that the parts outside my house when really they're not, because my house as well, I've got a policeman who lives next door, which Shazad absolutely loved that. You know, he loved the fact that I've got CCTV rigged up to death in my house. So either way, like, I am literally, my house is fully protected. So when I look back at the CCTV, I thought, well, he ain't been to my house. You don't even know what the front garden looks like. So when I went to it, yeah.
Somebody asking for your help in the comments. Peggy and Mama.
Yes, Peggy, if you want, darling, send me a message, hon. And as soon as I come off here now, I'll send you a message straight back. So I checked the CCTV, and no one had been there. And what I sat down and realised that day was they're trying to play mind games. So the other night, I had a little one-to-one talk with Shazad, because I'm not scared of him. I picked up the phone and I said, "Hiya, Shazad." Oh, he loves my voice. He gets so excited when he hears it, especially when I call him Big Boy. So I went, "You all right, Big Boy?" He went, "Oh, I love it when you call me Big Boy." So I said, "Well, I've been given some more information, and Sally, you better brace yourself for this one, hon, because you're going to be like, oh my God, I've got a message for our General." He's going to love this, our General. So I'm there, yeah, going, "I've had some more info on you, tell him." "Oh, Dave, how do you deal with her? You deserve a medal." So Dave, he's just like laughing his head off, like, "Yeah, well, I think she's funny, you know." So then Shazad went, "Go on then, Queenie. What have you heard now?" I said, "Well, is it true that your brother has knocked someone over? And where have you heard this?" He said, "Well, someone's just sent me a link," which they did. So I'm sharing it with him. Well, that was it. He started going all defensive. This guy has just been sent to jail in Yorkshire. Someone who's saying, I will post it later, for knocking a 9-year-old girl over called Alice Williams, God bless her soul. And I said, "Well, I'm being told right now this is your brother, and you've got 7 siblings, so where the hell are your other brothers?" He's like, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about." And then he moved on to the next bit. I said, "Can I ask you something, Shazad? Why is everyone threatening you? Even the Asian community don't really like you." Did it? He went, "Yeah, well, that's just because of what I did, innit? They all think I'm crazy. It scared me." I said, "What about General then? And Unknown Besnall then?" "I don't think General's scared of you. Be careful of him. He's from Sheffield. He's a Sheffield boy." You know, I was just proper like winding him up. Because, you know, he likes to come across like he's a big gangster man, and he's not. I've seen a lot worse than Shazad. So I said, "Well, what about the Sheffield boys then? But they're coming after you, aren't they, eh, big boy?" He went, "No, just General. Are you ready, Sally? Brace yourself for this one." Apparently, according to Shazad, he thinks General has got a love interest in him, and he wants to stick something where the sun don't shine, because that's all he ever says. He goes, General just wants to stick a stick up my bottom.
Depressed homosexual.
It's depressed homosexual, that's what he called General. What's your opinion on that then, Sally? Is she there? She might be on the phone. But yeah, so this is what Shazad was saying last night and the night before. So he's got a thing about other men liking him in that particular way, which actually does concern me. I asked Shazad, yeah, what is your interest with boys? What's all this I'm hearing about you and rent boys? Because I'm hearing a lot about Shazad with rent boys. Yeah, he's messaging my son, calling him blue eyes. So when I called him out about that, I said, do you not think that's a bit strange? What, you messaging my son for? Messaged everyone, Queenie. No, you messaged my son calling him blue eyes. That is strange behaviour. Well, he just went off topic. Then I said to him on the phone, have you ever been hurt by a woman or been through traumas? And do you know what the guy said to me? Yeah, he has been through trauma. So I tried to get on a bit of a level with him in it. I just said, is this why you act the way you do? Like, have you been hurt by a woman, you know, and now you're hating on women because they've done something to you in your previous life? And then he made out, he keeps making a point he stays clear from women and kids. So I said, well, what's your reason then for sticking up for Rangi? Because Shazad Hussein's little protest is about getting one over on Bradford Council, and that's on adult services for the elderly. Then you've got this other man, Rangi, who's fighting children's services at Middlesbrough Council. Once again, all about kids and women. So what I can't get my head round is Shazad keeps saying, no, I don't do women and kids. No, I don't get involved in that. How is he a protester for LCS News? And where does he come into all this? Let's threaten Queen. Let's threaten her and intimidate her, all for the sake of Rangi. I don't get it. But some of the things that I've tried to speak about with Shazad, I really thought 1 minute he's on a level, but then what I have recognised with him is he goes from speaking on a level to getting angry. And how these men get angry is when you know you've got them where it hurts. So, like I asked, is it your brother who ran over that little girl? He gets angry. He gets agitated. You can hear it on the phone. We go from having a little giggle 1 minute, me and Shazad, because, you know, I've tried to understand this fella. I've asked him, why are you stalking me? What do you want with me, Talib? What is it about Queenie you're obsessed with? And do you know what he says? He's intrigued by me. He really enjoys watching me, but yet he laughs at me. You know, to be fair, he laughs at me jokes. Anyone would think we were good friends for a minute or two, but then he switches. And it's always going back to Rangi. Well, why are you obsessed with Rangi? And I'm like, but I'm not obsessed with Rangi. I'm obsessed with keeping women safe, Shazad. You know, do you not agree that he's giving women the wrong advice? Well, you know, me and Rangi's had our chat about that. So basically, Shazad actually doesn't agree with a little bit of how Rangi's moving on here. And believe it or not, before Shazad apparently invited Rangi into his home, Rangi didn't like Shazad. Why do you think Rangi likes Shazad all of a sudden? I know why. Because Shazad's took an interest in me. Shazad's promised to do a little job for Rangi. Don't worry, I'll deal with that, Queenie. So Rangi's like, oh, I'll be your friend now, Tally, but really, you can't cope with him. So he stayed at his house, all for the sake of using him to threaten me. And whilst they were both sat there together, they were both messaging my son, my child, and messaging my friend in the box, Vinto, saying they're outside my house. Now that is...
He's messaging my husband as well, don't he?
Oh yeah, Vinto, tell everyone what was he messaging. I tell you what, guys, listen to Vinto now what Shazad was messaging her husband, because I never knew an Asian man was allowed to actually do this. Go on, girl, tell everyone.
He was messaging my husband. He started at 4 o'clock in the morning. They were asking questions about Queen, about it being at my house, questions about Dave, sending like indirect silly threats. And then at the end of it all, he'd been messaging all day long for about maybe 12 to 15 hours at this point. And he said to me, I'd sent him a thing and I'd written it like I'll write and not how my husband would write it. And he said, I think that's you, Vimto. And I said, I just was like, yeah, it's me. It's been me all day. I've been laughing at you. Me and the Fab Four have been laughing at you all day. It was furious. So we were all sitting laughing at him and he was so mad. But yeah, it's 15 hours worth of messages he sent. Many.
And what he wanted to do, guys, with Vince's husband, he actually wanted to go jogging.
Yeah.
Shazad Hussein from Bradford, everyone, listen up now because we've got the proof. Shazad Hussein messaged Vince's husband and said, are we going to go jogging? Now, this is a man, right, who's supposed to be the man of God and all of that, but yet he's sending messages like that.
Another man again.
Yeah, like absolutely. I was gobsmacked because I didn't think that was allowed. Like, yeah, I'm sure in the Asian community, I'm sure other fellas would see that as like haram, shall I say. But yeah, I think that just sums up a little bit of Shazad's personality because everything he speaks about, it refers to as General wants to put a stick up his bottom. General wants to, get with him. Like, he's got it in his head that all these men would rather be with him than women. And that's...
He wants to go dogging with my husband.
Yeah. I think
Also,
that's
he
the thing,
slipped
the other way.
months and months, well, last year, he slipped up. He made another video with this AI of Britney. Do you know the singer Britney?
Yeah.
And saying, Ranji, stop grooming my pure Islam. Yeah. And he posted that on his
God.
profile.
He
And then
messaged
also he slipped up last year when we fully exposed him. Yeah, didn't we, Shelley?
Yeah.
He's made a poem.
But he also slipped up that he was also in contact with Ranji, like
He's
phone
also-
call.
he's
And
made
then
a
I did
poem.
more due diligence of
Why?
research.
Why
About-
were they living together?
I did a wee bit more research about him and about his family. I found out his mother actually passed away over in Pakistan, but his other brother was also a nonce and also meant to be suffering from schizophrenia.
It's funny how they only suffer from anything, ain't it? When they
And
get accused
it's
of being.
quite interesting how, if you look at both of their surnames, yeah,
He's got a poem that he's written about you, him, and Rangi. It's a love poem about your love.
Oh my God.
and they both have the same surname, yeah, and also he has also got gold as well, and also was involved in also all of these different other companies, yeah. So I feel that it was a lot of money laundering going on, yeah.
His wife leave him.
What,
meant-
Rangi?
No, the other one,
no.
TB.
Oh, Shazad, I didn't even know he was married.
He tried to tell us he's never been married or got kids.
I'm sure he's been married and she left him. She left him because of all this fraud he did.
I'm glad she left him open for me.
Lol.
And he was making demands of £1 million a week. to run this so-called care home. But he had lots of other fraudulent companies, yeah.
He had solicitors and everything, didn't he? And luxury car hires. Taxis. He'd hire the cars out to the grooming gang members. Oh yeah, me and Ash has had a right good old little one-to-one on the phone. And you know, every time I come at him, with something I know about him, honestly, all he ever says is, Dave, how do you deal with her? You need a medal, Dave. And I'm just looking at Dave and I'm like, Dave, where are you? Do you know what I mean? If only he actually really knew my Dave.
And also that they stole baby pictures.
Yeah, how did they get away with that? They've got
They stole the baby
young
pictures.
kid on YouTube.
Well, listen to this, guys. The images that he'd done of Faisal and Pure Islam's, the babies, the other month, I come across them and I rang my police force and I said, right, one of these links to Rangi has been posting people's kids up and I'm convinced I know whose babies they are. Well, I did. I'm sure I'm a bit psychic, you know. I messaged Pure. I spoke to Pure. I then messaged Faisal. I said, Faisal, is that your son? He said, yeah. So I had these kids now threatening the parents, and I'm thinking, what do I do? So I just rang the police, and I went, I need to report something. There's images now of babies being used and AI, like there's AI features that have been done on these images. Well, luckily I logged it down now. Do you know what's gone in my favour right now with all these AI posts, AI videos, the explicit videos, explicit pictures? I proved to everyone today I do have a restraining order. I've showed you it was only a year ago that was put in place after my perpetrator went and pled guilty. So what they've done, they've continued with this revenge play. They think they're exposing me. And do you know why this time I can't shed a tear about it? Because I went through this 2 years ago. So I'm not going to sit here and go, all right, I'll stop. Please just stop with the videos of me. Please, I'm begging you, and I'll stop. But I'm not going to. Do you know why? Because I've been there and done that. And now justice has been seeked on that. I was told by CID if them videos ever resurface, then that anyone who shares them will be eventually arrested. So last week, which Vimto can confirm, I sat with CID and the police and I handed every single thing over, right down to that profile that had been made of my mum. On Friday evening, I got a nice little call to say one of them are going to be arrested. Now, I wonder which one's it going to be. So, you ready? This is for Rangi. Who's going to jail? Idiot. Do you know what I mean? So, once again, he needs to eat his words. You know when he says, who's going to jail? Well, who is going to jail? Because all these behaviours of all these women that have literally gone to the police station and reported this man for months, there's only so much that the police will allow to continue. And that's what I was told on Friday. So it's up to him, even unknown little Buzzlebee, and as for Shazad and Neo, but they can all continue to do what they want. As for if you know, that one who put out his direct threats, well, the police are actually just in the middle of locating who he is, where he comes from, and he's going to be dealt with because he threatened me. So these people...
If I sent an invite out to Rangi and let him, come and stay at my house, do you think he'd come?
Probably not. No, but on a serious note, like, literally, this has been one hell of a journey, and I'm not going to back down. Why after 14 months?
Police officer.
Say that again.
Also an ex-police officer that had been asked to go on his panel to support him had came to me and sent me a message and actually contacted me to say that Rangi and also Neil was compromised and he was having nothing to do with them.
Was that Gary Waterman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I can show you all of the evidence of that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the same message saying that they'd all been compromised. I also got a call a couple of weeks ago. So just give me
And
a few
also I
updates.
reached out to Sammy because I'm actual friends with Sammy. See, I've been speaking out about injustices for over 30 odd years. Also, I had a radio station as well. And I reached out to Sammy Woodhouse and asked her, look, I've got a bit of a concern. There's an individual on TikTok and going under this username, and here's the pictures, and here's also the newspaper pictures, because what Ranji was actually doing, and Neil was saying that yourself had cut out pictures of Ranji and actually copied it and pasted it on an article, yeah? Well, that's not the case, because I checked all newspaper articles and the same face
Hang on,
came up.
Pure, didn't you do it before me?
Yeah,
You actually confirmed. I remember because I met you on Faisal's Live, and it was only when I heard you say, I come in the box and said, hiya Pure, what do you know about Rangi? And that was the first time I was blown away that this one woman had actually been doing the same as me. However, she'd already been aware. All it did was give me a little bit more ammunition to go out there and finish off investigating. But Matlub Hussein, that's the name in the paper. Now, Matlub Hussein, there's quite a few in the Bradford area, and there was one particular one involved in all the Halifax grooming gangs. And do you know what makes me laugh today? Come on, Shazad, how many brothers have you got? There's still a couple that is not prepared to tell me who they are. Then you've got Matlub Hussein, who's done with Kashif Latif. You go on Rangi's Facebook, type in Cash Latif, or Cash Latif is actually listed as Rangi's nephew. What's going on here then? So then I'm digging and digging. And I tell you what I'm going to do for you all tonight, guys. I put everything into this today. I put a full day into this shit. But come tomorrow, I'm switching off. I've got things to do. But it is worth it.
and also another big concern is anybody that's backing him, right, have actually attacked certain individuals.
And that's what I've been trying to
But
do.
also, also attacked an unalive baby, which I find absolutely a disgrace, right? Yeah. Women attacking another individual regarding the unaliving of their baby. Yeah. And these predators and these individuals that are actually protecting these nonces, they're vile. They're vile.
I've been showing everyone the abuse I've been getting off all his little minions. They set up a profile with my dead mum. Sally can confirm that. You know, they go to the lowest extremes.
We was
Pure, just 1 minute, darling, sorry. Just before it goes out my head, tonight, guys, on my backup, I am going to be putting my other phone on charge. I've not had it on for a while. However, you know, when I first started this journey, I documented everything on that phone from the beginning. And what I'm going to be putting up on my backup account is the grooming gangs from Halifax, their names and pictures. And next to it is a screen recording of all Rangi's friends on his Facebook list. The moment I put that out there, just to prove to everyone, he's actually still got these grooming gang members active today and listed as family members. I thought that would have been a big enough indication for women to stay clear, but clearly it wasn't. So I'm going to be bringing that back out tonight. And what you will find is now when you go on his Facebook, he's actually set his friends to private. So yeah, watch out for later.
And I found it very interesting. The female that was attacking another female for speaking out and bringing up horrendous comments about the unborn, the baby that was born unalived. They actually slipped up on another live last year and disclosed that their nephew had meant to be falsely accused of being part of a grooming gang.
That pure, is that what I'm thinking?
Yeah. See that woman that non-stop attacked you?
Oh, yeah.
With her vile comments and her vileness, yeah, I bloody well hate them. I hate them, yeah, with a hatred, yeah. How dare they do that to you? How dare they do that to you? Yeah, they're evil. They're evil.
Well, look at Darth Vader. He was another one. He might be on one of these lists and all.
Aye.
Darth Vader, he was a predator and all.
Aye.
No, and do you know what? I thought he was actually alright him at the beginning.
Well, I did. I was good friends with him till he started.
I kind of felt sorry for him because he had a bit of a speech stammer, yeah? And then it was quite interesting how he was the one that was wanting to carry out Ranji's paperwork, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, I noticed that. Everyone
And then he all of a sudden came back and said, oh, it was all clear. It was all clear. All clear. And then he slipped up, yeah? He contacted me. And he said really, really really inappropriate stuff. Like really inappropriate stuff. And I pulled him up, yeah, as you would do you know what I mean? And he ended up being really, really aggressive, wasn't he?
Yep.
Really? Yeah, he was calling me a cunt. He was telling me that he knows individuals that are based in Glasgow and that he would hunt me down and that I would be, do you know what I mean? You know what? Battered, blah, blah, blah. And that I was nothing but an effing well bitch. And you were really, really shocked. You were like, what's going on with you? Do you know what I mean? And then somebody else reached out to me to say that he'd also stalked other people and said really, really inappropriate stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I was there with One Love on the night where all that stuff with that Darth Vader and the DBS was talked about and decided. One Love had gone in. He was in a box with them. I went and jumped in the box as well to back up One Love. And One Love's saying to him, well, you know, you can apply for a DBS yourself. And Rangi was saying to him, I don't know how to do it. And then that Darth Vader said, I'll do it for you, Rangi. When we get off here, give me a call. And I'll do your DBS for you. I'll do it on my computer here. And then we'll get it in 2 to 3 weeks. And then everybody had left it at that. Then 3 weeks later, I went back into the live because Darth Vader was he was a mod on the live that it was, and I asked him about it, and then he said it's got nothing to do with me. I ain't having anything to do with sorting this DBS out anymore. And I said, well, where is it? I said, you've already done it, ain't you? I said, so where is it? And then it took, he blocked me off the road because I wouldn't leave it. And then he just completely refused to talk about it after that with me or One Love or anybody like that.
And we did ask for an enhanced DBS.
And also,
Basic one.
I was taken aside and spoken to in the private to get told that also not only Caucasian children had been abused, but also South Asian girls had been abused. And I'm going to try and explain it. I can also come from the travelling community background, and see a woman's chastity that's meant to be like to be protected, yeah, or else a man won't marry a woman, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of shame, and a lot of families didn't want to fully expose because they were trying to protect their children, yeah, and it's absolutely horrendous, horrific, and it was very surprising how Ranji disclosed on another live that podcast that he was involved. This is what came out of his mouth, yeah, right? You can't change that, yeah, and that he was involved with the raping of children. Then he went on to identify that there was white children, but also Asian, yeah. If you go back and check all of the podcasts, yeah.
I've actually posted that video.
And also,
I know what you're talking
he
about.
also did another podcast where he was saying that he had a great childhood, great life, great business, great married life, but then he was accused of DV against his wife. Then on another podcast, he said no, he decided that it was actually the other way around, that he was actually suffering from it all. And then the individual was asking him certain questions regarding the grooming gang, that case. And then he slipped up. He said that he was sent for like counselling, but see that place that he was sent to?
Yeah, the harbour.
Yeah. Well, see if you do your due diligence, right? See predators, right? Also, the charity Bernardo's. Don't give to the Bernardo's charity. The money doesn't go to the children. It goes to the abusers for them to seek counselling. Yeah. And social work and medics would not change your documents to say that you're actually the abuser. Do you know what I mean? They can't do that. They can't do that. And if they did do that, then you would take them to court, yeah? You would put a lien on them, yeah? And also, why was it all of his, the rest of his family members not targeted, yeah? Why did the South Asian community, this is coming out of his mouth, say to him, drop the charges, yeah? And we'll pay you. Why was he targeted? Why was he petrol bombed? Yeah? And if it was the case that he was abused as a child, right, his family members would be very, very old, would they not? So why is he not taking them to court? Why was it the community that was meant to be petrol bombing him? Yeah? Why didn't he say, well, it was actually my family members? Yeah? And why is he on the run? And why is it that the government and the police think it's okay to pay abusers to become informants? Yeah? And why is it these abusers, even with Jamie Bulger's situation, yeah, are giving new identities? Where's the safeguarding?
And the bad guy,
So
this
I
guy,
feel that we of the collective have to actually start protesting and saying we do not want these abusers to be getting change of identity. We do not want these abusers in our communities, schools, yeah? Because I found out that the local authorities get very much big backhanders if they house category A offenders on the register. Do you know that?
I didn't
Where's the rights for the victims, the survivors? Yeah? Do you know that there was over 50,000 children that were targeted? And that was just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah? That was just the tip of the iceberg of child SE exploitation. Yeah? And all of these children that were victims, they have been shamed. Yeah? Individuals actually meant to be professionals actually shaming these children, saying, well, it was the children's unwise choices that they made, demonising children, yeah. And there's also a live going on over TikTok where individuals' families members are in prison doing big sentences of being involved in abusing children, and they're defending them, and they're wanting to meet and saying, well, where was the parents, and shaming the children. Yeah, it's totally unacceptable.
Totally, I agree with that.
There's a group of women on TikTok right just now, and they have a live where they're promoting that their family members were victims, and these children knew exactly what they were getting themselves involved in, and they were actually consenting. Yeah.
You can't consent to anything under the age of 16.
Like, your brain doesn't develop until you're in your 20s, yeah?
That's
right.
right. The age of
Yeah,
consent is 16.
and when folk, adults are showing up in flashy cars and all that, and handing them money or whatever, that is a predator.
100%.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well,
You know what I mean?
guys, I am going to have to go soon, so I do apologise, just because I've been on all day, to be fair. Only because I don't get to do this quite often. But I think today we've done that much of a long live. I hope to God.
But I would like everyone to pick up Shelley, because it takes very much courage to speak out. Yeah.
It does.
And yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not from the South Asian community, you know what I mean? And
You know what, though? I just want to say to you, I think you're absolutely amazing. Because when
but I've got such amount of love and high respect for Shelley. Yeah, she's a true, courageous, honourable, good woman. Yeah, a really good woman. And the way she's been targeted and hated upon is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. and also her dear friend as well, targeted by all of
Don't
these
you worry,
groups.
Pure. We're going to get our own back on these. And do you know what? I just want to say to you, you're absolutely amazing, because when I first come across you, I was thinking, oh my God, what is going on here? What's Rangi done to you? What's Shazad done to you? I didn't think we'd all be sat here today discussing these both men that are now working together, targeting multiple women, and now multiple women have got together and targeted them back. It's getting to be
But
impossible
it's
to
also the
handle.
vulnerability of children and
Oh, thank you,
elderly
Joe.
and disabled. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really would want the wrath of God. Yeah, I just want them be in hell. You know what I mean? Like, individuals like that, there's no recovery. You can't rehabilitate them, get them out of society, put them on an island. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no, we can't have this. And also, we can't have the police protecting all of these criminals, yeah, that are a danger to society. Do you know what I mean? And you've got very, very vulnerable, like, individuals that maybe have got learning difficulties, that are putting all their trust into these individuals, giving them their documentation, letting them speak to their children, inviting them back to their home, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? It's like, wow.
It is. And do you know what, Pure? As I said
It's
before,
frightening.
I just want to say well done to you, though, because you've kept your chin up through this whole situation and you put your foot
I
down.
haven't
And
even
you
had a moment to even mourn the passing of my father.
No, I know
Yeah.
you couldn't.
No, because they made a mockery of that as well.
He did. So, guys, I just want to show you something quickly. Just before the call. So, this is Shazad Hussein's brother, Adalat. Now, Shazad wrote this himself. He's saying in the 90s, his brother Adalat Hussein was done for grooming. Have you got any insight into that, Pure? Do you know any information on Adalat?
No, that's what I was already saying.
Yeah,
I
so
did
we talk, yeah.
my due diligence, you know what I
He
mean?
doesn't like to talk about Adalat, does he? I've noticed that.
No.
Yeah, I've noticed, but he won't tell me.
He didn't like the fact that I actually contacted the care home and actually spoke to the manager. And I said, if you do not report this to the safeguarding team, I will put you on notice for allowing this to happen to the most vulnerable of society. Yeah.
Wow. Well, at least it's nice to know people are doing what they've got to do as well to report stuff, because every report, guys, is, you know, some days it'll feel like it's a waste of time, but I promise you it's not. The more people that keep reporting these
But you can also place the police on notice, yeah? Right, a lot of folk don't realise that. You can put them on notice, you can put a lien on them, yeah? Yeah, you can hold them accountable. You can hold social services accountable. Yeah? A lot of folk don't realise that.
Well, what I'm going to do out of this is, once we've got the ending to this, it'll be great, but I can see this being a long time before it's closed off. The good news
But listen, we have to be the change that we want to see.
Definitely, and I totally agree with that, George.
Instead of all of this cover-ups and staying in silence. No.
And no one should stay in silence, and that's why I'm trying to tell people now, please report these men to the authorities, because every report builds up. The more it builds up from different areas, different boroughs.
And also do emails. Keep a track, a paper trail. So they kind of say, well, you never reported it.
Yeah, always record everything. Keep a paper trail of everything. Any threats, any harassment and stalking. 1 minute, Pure. Any stalking and harassment online, please do record it and publish it. Publish it publicly, because you are then also protecting yourself and you are warning others not to fall for these groups, just like I have done today. I've showed you the threats I've received, all on behalf of Mr. Latif Rangi. You know, they've messaged my son, they've gone out of the way to make AI videos and images. We've got characters like this one here, Neo Anderson. He likes to share his recommendations, which are blow up dolls that look like children. There he is there with dedicating his page to me, so that's another little minion at LCS News. As soon as he's got your images and everything, that's it. He's just doing whatever they want with it. So there, that guy there, Don Michael, and if you know, you know, them two characters, well, they've been exposed as well. And once again, I don't know these guys, never spoke to him apart from the Don Michael. Well, last weekend he decided to come out with something so disgusting and racist that I was like, I was gobsmacked. But once again, these are fraudsters, these are just bullshitters, stay clear from them. They've all got hidden agendas. That's just to prove that I do have a restraining order. So yeah, LCS News better just, they can continue to do what they want, because at the end of the day, it is going to literally just backfire on them. So 1 minute before I go for the day. Sorry guys, let me just get this up. So this here is what, oh, my phone's not flipping working now. Sorry guys, I was just going to show you a message of a threat that I had. So what Shazad Hussein did was he actually messaged Vimto, sending her a message saying it's duck season. Now, as you all know, I do hatch ducks. I've got therapy ducks in my garden. And what he's tried to do is play with my mind a bit and scare me and intimidate me. Well, it didn't scare me. He's not intimidating me either, because the first thing he did was report it to the police. It's seen as a serious threat. So once again, all these reports, if you women are scared to pick up the phone to the police because this man has put it into your head, you can't trust the police. Yeah. Sorry, Vimto. You know, don't let this man get in your head and make you think that you can't ring the police and report them because they're going to scare you. I promise you now, just ring them. Ring the police and report them. That's all I ask you to do. So are you there?
Yeah.
Go on, what was you going to say?
It's just, I've blocked 2 accounts, right? One of them, I can't remember the first name, but it was something Maria Clark. So I blocked that straight off. And then somebody called Ian Clark come in, so I blocked that as well. Just so I was thinking, you know what I mean.
Thank you, lovely. Right, guys. Oh, actually, Vimto, before we go, what was you saying about Shazad before? What's on his profile? Anything new? Have we got anything to come back on?
No, he's still got me blocked. He still don't want to talk about it. I mean, I was going to get married to him, but I mean, you know, I'm going to have to get to his house if he, like he did with yours.
Hey, Mr. Bubbles, be careful, he might come and get you.
I'll cut his beard off.
What about you, Dave? Have you got any messages for Brother Talon? Would you like to say hello to him?
I'll speak to him tonight.
You'll speak to him tonight. He said he'll speak to him tonight.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, I don't know. Mr. Crown Prosecutor and Mr. Bubbles. And don't be fucking with Mr. Sally. Or, you know, literally, innit, Sally? What will happen?
Love it.
Right, guys, I'm gonna go, but just look out on my other profiles tonight because everything I recorded from months and months ago, I'm actually gonna re-release some of that so you can all see about the grooming gangs on the friends list on Facebook and whatnot. So keep your eye out. And I just want to say a massive thank you to Pure Islam, Joe, and Sally, and of course my lovely, beautiful bestie, Vimto. Pure. You're doing amazing. Just keep your chin up. Keep putting your foot down with these men because they don't like it when women are on top. Sally, you, do you know what? I absolutely love you and I adore what you did the other week because I seen how Rangi reacted with you when you said, well, you just said, you know, your wife made an allegation and blah, blah, blah. Every time I watch that video, I see how he reacts with you and I remember that was me once upon a time. So well done. For like just taking it on the chin, and I do apologise if you are getting any trouble from this group at all because that's all they can do is just bully and intimidate.
Well, if you send them my way, I'll bully them like I did Sugar. Sort it out.
They ran away yesterday, didn't they, Shirley? Didn't they?
Surprise TV didn't come in tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I could always fire up a live later and see if he wants to come along.
Yeah, do that.
Tell him we're all waiting for you.
Right, well, we'll try and set it up then. He's going to be devastated when
I've
he
got my
hears
wedding
it again.
dress looked out.
Well, Pure Shazad's going to be absolutely devastated when he finds out you've been here talking about him.
Nice.
I think he's blocked me.
No, I'll screen record it. If you send a message, I'll screen record it. And I'll put it down.
Thanks, Observer. I'm going to call you as well soon down. Don't worry, I've not forgot. I've just had a day today where I wanted to
If I just remove out my voice, please. Yeah. If that's possible.
He's good, Observer. Really good. Right,
Yeah.
guys, I'm going to go.
Yes,
And
darling.
I'll be on later on the backup account, so just keep an eye out. But massive big up to you all, and I love you loads. And just, you know, remember, if you feel unease, if you feel something in your gut and you don't like it, please report it. Every report helps, and eventually.
And also to anybody that is dealing with social services, etc., work with them and
Not
also
against them.
And do not hand out any documents to any random stranger over TikTok. Yeah, just do not.
Exactly. Right, guys, I'm going to go, and I will see you all later on.
We'll
See
feed
you
them.
later. See you later, Sally.